Aztecs football on a bye week. They'll get Wazoo. Washington State homecoming next Saturday night. A game you can hear, of course, right here on San Diego Sports 760. Aztecs gets the bye 3-3. And Danny O'Neil, the freshman quarterback for San Diego State, with us right now on your home of the Aztecs, San Diego Sports 760. So, Danny, we appreciate it, and congratulations on a big-time road win at Wyoming. You had a career-high 254 passing yards. You guys win 27-24 and come from behind fashion. So, first of all, thanks for hopping on. And secondly, how big of a confidence booster is it when you pick up a win on the road? And thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me on. Yeah, like you said, it's definitely a big confidence boost winning on the road like that, especially when it was a close game, a back-and-forth game. So just being able to hang in there and really just deliver the last blow on the road, it was definitely a good feeling walking off the field and just being 2-0 in conference play.
Danny, for you, after the injury that knocked you out for a game, I'm sure that's something that you're not used to, having to sit on the sidelines because of an injury like that. Just explain how that was for you, having to deal with that and coming out on the other side, seemingly, better for it and realizing, okay, college football is a different beast.
Yeah, definitely. It was my first time ever missing a game, like my whole career that I can think of. And so, yeah, it was pretty frustrating throughout the week, just knowing that, or kind of feeling that I'm letting my guys down, not being able to go out there and play with them. But it was definitely, the smart thing to do in the long run, just allowing my leg to get healthy, and then just being able to come out here and, just start to play better ball, which is what I feel like the offense and just the team in general has been doing since that week off that I missed for injury. But yeah, I'm definitely proud of the way that the guys have been able to respond the last few weeks, and we just got to keep going in that upward trend, and really just hone in this week. Everyone needs to get healthy and just be ready for Wazoo.
Danny O'Neil with us right now, San Diego State starting quarterback. Going back to the game you missed, Danny, and it was a few weeks ago now, is there some learning in there? Like when you have the chance to take a step back and be on the sideline and have the headset on and be with the iPads, like when you watch it from afar, do you feel as if there was something you took away from that experience that benefited you potentially on the other side or not?
I think the way I approached the game that week was a little bit different. Just trying to be a coach in a sense for Javance.
Yeah.
I know me and him are super tight, and every week he supports me, and it was just my turn to support him that week. And so I wanted to kind of be an on the field coach for him, and try and pick some things up and be able to relay it to him. And he does the same thing for me every week. And our quarterback room is super tight knit, so all of us have each other's backs, and it was definitely a hard experience, but it was definitely one to learn from and just to grow from.
Danny, you've been playing some really good football here, named the Mountain West Conference Freshman of the Week back-to-back weeks here. But through the first 5 games that you've been out there, has there been a welcome to college moment for you that you can remember? Where you're like, whoa, that's different.
I would say in the first game, it was right before halftime. Ran a read option. I pulled it, and that was like my first time really getting hit. And I remember feeling it, and I was like, oh yeah, this is college ball now.
Yeah.
Just being able to, there's been probably one hit a game like that just kind of wakes you up and reminds you that you're playing big time college football. So definitely a blessing, and I wouldn't want to have it any other way.
What's it been like to develop relationships with your receivers? I mean, it seems like on field you've had really good connections with a lot of these guys. I mean, Jay-Sean Polk has been a target, but I'm watching the emergence of like a Jordan Napier who had some huge plays. You really trusted him late in that game at Wyoming. He's a freshman himself. Now, he redshirted a year ago, but he's a young player. What's it like growing these relationships with your receivers over the course of a year?
It's really fun to see their growth. Obviously, we have a lot of playmakers. We got Jay-Sean, got Boog, Jordan Napier, LB, Nate, Makai, all those guys, all in the rotation. Just the way that they attack each and every day at practice. It's really, it makes my job easy just trusting that they're going to run the right routes, going to be in the right spot, make the right decision. And I just got to put it in a general vicinity of them, and they're going to go up and make a play. Especially Nate, LB, those guys, kind of deep ball threats, jump ball threats. And then you got Jay Sean and Nate and Mackay, who are route technicians, and they can do some danger. They can do a lot of damage when the ball's in their hands with yards after catch.
We had your QB coach, Matt Johnson, on our show before this season. And one thing that I loved hearing from him is like, look, this is Danny's team. This is his role. He is not going to be a guy that if he makes a mistake, we're going to be like, okay, yeah, we're going to the next guy. And I feel like that is something that is a great thing to have as a player, to not have to be worried about making mistakes. And frankly, you haven't made many mistakes this year, but from him being your quarterback's coach, how much has he helped you this year develop into the player you are now, and helping you to develop into a player that you want to become down the line?
Yeah, he pushes me a lot, and I'm really thankful to have him in the room with me. And I know the rest of the guys feel the same way about him. He's probably one of the more liked coaches on the staff. Everyone seems to love him. He's a funny guy. I hate to admit, but yeah, I mean, and on top of that, he's just a great coach. And he was and played in this offense. He knows what all the little details, and he just tries to pass down all the information that he learned playing in this offense however many years ago, to pass it down to me, just so that I can have the best advantage going forward. And he's always in practice. He's pushing me and making sure that I'm seeing different looks, seeing different pictures. And he challenges me every day. But I'm really grateful to have him in my corner. Same with Coach Lou and the rest of the coaching staff. They have been pushing me all season, and just really grateful for the support staff that I have out here.
Danny O'Neil with us right now, the Aztecs starting quarterback here in 2024. Now, Danny, we've had you obviously a few times on the radio. We've asked you about Marquez Cooper. He's just such a winning football player. I mean, you can look at the numbers. He just has like an ability to make winning plays. Obviously, I thought the play he made on the final drive going down after the first down was a headsy winning football play. But what's it been like for you to have a veteran like Marquez in your backfield next to you, basically 99% of snaps, being alongside for the ride, so to speak, throughout this freshman year for you?
Yeah, like you said, he's a headsy football player. He sees defenses well. He knows his assignment on every play. So, that's one. We always talk about doing your 111th, and everyone knows that Coop's going to do his. So it's just up to everyone else to, do your part, and, we'll be a winning football team if everyone can do their 111th. And it's no shock to me that, he took a few hits, but, he bounced right back in it, and he was late in the game that's when he made his biggest plays. And that's one thing I've noticed about him, is as the game goes on, he only gets better and better. So, love being able to share the backfield with Coop, and he's a really good football player. Can't stress that enough.
Yeah, I mean, what is it like? I'm just curious to follow up on that. Like on the field, it feels like he wears the game on his sleeve, so to speak, but in like that good way. Like all he's worried about is putting the team in a position where they can be successful. Like he's fiery, he's enthusiastic. This is what it looks like from afar. I mean, what's your dynamic and rapport like with him, both on and off the field, as you're kind of going through these battles together?
Yeah, he has two different personalities. He has his off the field personality where he's a funny guy, loves talking about like Madden and all those other things. And then once we get on the field, though, it's business, and that's one thing that I've tried to emulate from him, and just the way he goes about his business on and off the field. He loves football. It's all he does, all he thinks about, and definitely he's a fiery guy. He wears his emotions on his sleeve, which I love. And honestly, I do the same. I try and stay as even keeled as possible throughout the game, but every once in a while my emotions will get shown a little bit. And I just love that about Coop and how fiery he is, and just how much he loves football.
We all know your story, decommitting from Colorado, coming here with Sean Lewis. How has it been to play for a Sean Lewis coached football team?
It's everything that I expected. The way that he pushes us, the way he leads us day in and day out. He's the same guy. We've gotten very close. I just can't say enough good things about Coach Lou. I mean, seeing him every day. He's always the first one in the facility. He's always lifting at like 5:30 in the morning. I'll be getting there around like 6. He's, halfway through, we're just finishing up, and he's always giving me crap about he's beating me to the facility. And me and him has gotten very close. And we just, honestly, we just start like messing with each other now whenever we can. But same thing with, as I said with Coop, like business is business. So, the way that he goes about his business is kind of the way that the team is starting to. And that's just the culture that we're building. And it's just going to end up to, a championship culture is what we're always talking about. And so that's, the end goal is to win championships here.
I'm going to ask something that isn't a question. I'm just going to say a name and you can react to the name. The name is Trey White. I mean, what can you say? I mean, he has had a ridiculous, it's not just these 6 games. The last 4 games, I think it's 10.5 sacks. It's 11 for the year. What can you say? You go up against him.
It must be fun in practice. Yeah.
Yeah. At least you're wearing a red jersey at practice. What is it like watching Trey White and the impact he has on a football game?
It's fun to watch. Like you said, going up in practice, like we'll do live periods, and he's just always around the ball. I don't know how he does it, but he's just always around the ball. And obviously we don't like game plan for our own defense. So like we'll be running our game plan against the defense throughout the week. And for whatever reason, he's just always in the backfield making plays. And, the way that he practices shows up in games. He goes hard every day. So the way that, like, it's no surprise to me that he's having the success on Saturdays just because of how hard he works throughout the week.
Danny, always appreciate your time. We're excited for you. We love watching the continued improvement of this team to get to this point at 3-3. And like you said, 2-0 in the Mountain West with really all of your goals still in front of you with the bye week. Washington State homecoming on the other side. Always appreciate you taking the time, and we look forward to catching up again soon, all right?
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys having me on.
All right, great stuff. Danny O'Neil.